I said to myself, I at least got to try and get 2-3 videos out because there's so much content to cover in WWE 2K24. It's truly amazing. This patch was for the good. And I'm really happy that 2K went this route because there was stuff that we really didn't know was included in the patch, and we started to play the game and we saw new stuff. We're going to go over some creations, some patch updates. I'm going to try and get everything covered in this video. If not, if I got some leftover stuff, we'll get it in the third video. So guys, let's go on ahead and get into it. And of course, shout out to what's the status for this amazing CM Punk creation. There's basically a whole pack up right now on community creations. You guys can find it by using hashtag what's the status, and this CM Punk looks great. I also have the 2011 one, which I will show you guys very soon. But man, he's doing an incredible job along with those creators that are collaborating with him. I just wanted to go on ahead and point this out because CM Punk is obviously a huge reason why people are playing this game right now, and CM Punk creations have just been clouding my entire timeline for the past 2-3 days. So just really happy to see CM Punk in this game, and I do have to go over with you guys some of the attires I saw. They are pretty awesome, so make sure you guys go on ahead and get that with Punk Pack WTS or what's the status for either of the hashtags. Obviously, we talk about the good and the bad, but one detail that we do need to talk about is double hair glitch is gone. So I got this Tama Tonga before the patch came out, and he had a double hair, and no, it's gone. So what they do is they take it off your created wrestlers now. So if you had one with double hair before, it does not have any double hair after the patch. So that is a huge thing that creators used to use because hairstyles are not so dynamic in this game. There's not much variety, but the double hair glitch allowed you to do a lot more stuff, and I know that creators are really upset about this, but it was a glitch at the end of the day. So this is just an example. Tama Tonga had hair for me before this, but now he doesn't. He just has a buzz cut. So unfortunately, it did get rid of that glitch. Things happen for the good sometimes, things happen for the bad sometimes, and it looks like 2K is kind of doubling down on the double hair glitch because we haven't seen Status upload anything with double hair since he got banned, and then he got into an agreement with 2K, so it all really does make sense to me. Just really unfortunate the route that they went with this, but I did hear about double hair crashing people's games. And this is the 2011 CM Punk attire. Shout out to what's the status once again. What an amazing job they did with this attire. I'm really happy that this was one of the first put in because this is the attire that, you know, I enjoyed the most from CM Punk. This is one of the stints that I just remember very vividly in my head, and just really happy that this CM Punk did get created very fast. And what's the status has been putting out a crazy pack, so make sure y'all go on ahead and check that out. This is one of those small details from other creators that I definitely wanted to include and talk about when it comes to CM Punk and what they've been doing. One thing I did like is that Bubba Ray Dudley 2, that was not the name before the patch, and they went ahead and updated this. They did the same thing with Devon before. It was called something else, but it was the old Bubba Ray and Devon entrance that they used to use, but they went ahead and renamed it to clear up that confusion. So just another small detail that 2K was paying attention to, and they got fixed. So Bubba Ray does have his second entrance here, which is the old one that they used to use in the older games, and so does Devon as well, where you can see Devon Dudley too. And I had to go back to Sandman because in the original trailer of the actual DLC, you didn't see that he actually busted himself open, but you guys will see in the entrance when he starts hitting himself with the beer can, he legit starts bleeding during the entrance. Now, the one thing that I don't like or appreciate is the fact that the blood doesn't stay in the actual match. I feel like it should stay there. If he gets busted open in the entrance, why not make him bleed throughout the match as he should? So that's just one little thing that I'm like, oh, they could have got this, because the blood basically goes away once the match begins. So I would have really liked to see the blood throughout the entire match, even if he doesn't actually get busted open during the match. But nonetheless, such a nice detail to add. If you guys don't have your blood on, you're not going to see this, and I believe that's why 2K did not go that route. I believe they just like to keep the blood away from everything, which is why there's obviously a toggle on or off option for the blood. But once again, great job on the Sandman entrance. We're not going to stake too much on this because we've gone over it, but I did find that it was a nice detail. A small detail here as well is that Jimmy Uso's hair for his WrestleMania 39 attire does now animate. Before, it did not animate, it was still. So now this is a small one, and people did notice on Twitter, but it does now animate, which I think is pretty cool, because in the match you see it kind of going all over the place. So just a nice little detail there that you can tell 2K is paying attention to these really small things, going back and fixing them, and I think that says a lot, and I think that it is a W in the end to going ahead and get little things like this fixed. So I definitely did want to point that out to you guys as well. It's not that big of a deal, but you know, if you pay attention to those little small things, then you know, it's a W and it's fixed. So shout out to 2K for cracking down on this little detail and get into that. I made a video a while ago talking about how they were putting out Hulk Hogan in live events, but it wasn't the actual Persona card. So after the patch, they actually made Hulk Hogan a Persona card in the live event. So you do have to go on ahead and get the actual Sapphire Hulk Hogan, which that's another video for another day on how the prices are so ridiculous. But I am happy that they made this Hulk Hogan accessible for others that don't have the ability to go to a Target or, you know, whatever the case is to get that Hulk Hogan. So you can grind this out in the game and get you the Hulk Hogan. So really nice feature, really nice addition and change. It's always welcomed when they change things for the better in this game. So I do have to go on ahead and give them a shout out. Shout out to 2K for getting this done. And if you guys haven't noticed, there are more live events coming. It looks like they're really pulling their weight with these My Faction cards. So you guys see we get a Rey Mysterio. If you have the gold one, then you can use the Rey Mysterio for the Amethyst Dominic Mysterio. So this isn't a My Faction video, but I did want to point out that if you do want some cool cards right now, especially Persona cards, this is the way to go at the moment. And Sandman does have his own taunts for the candlestick, which I find to be really cool. Like, this is actually one of my favorite things that they've added with the small details, because it personalizes the character a lot more, and he has his own attacks with the candlestick as well. So such a W by 2K, man, because I feel like they really went all in with this DLC pack, just trying to gather every single detail possible that they can do for this. So I'm just really happy to see this, man. Just stuff like that, man, they were cooking with this pack for sure. Great job to 2K on this patch, because man, they really did do a lot of things and just small details in general too that really help the game and help the game get uplifted to another level when you see the developers going back and actually working on things like that. Because at the end of the day, some of these details were extremely small that they worked on, and I'm just glad that a lot of people are noticing them, because you don't have to go in there and tell us everything. I think that the hunt for finding these things is really cool too. That's just my opinion. I think it makes it fun for us content creators to get those videos out there for you guys to know, hey, these are some of the updates in this game. I know a lot of you guys weren't too fond when I was talking about some of the updates in the last video. You guys were saying some of these things need to be fixed, but obviously there's a lot to fix, and not everything will get fixed in one patch. So I say we stay patient. This was a good patch by 2K. They're doing good stuff, and I think they're in the right direction. So let me know how you guys feel about this patch down below. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys did enjoy this video. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.